Hey guys! So we're finally on part 5 of this K-pop photocard collection series, and we finally reached the halfway point. And so to celebrate Yunho's birthday, I decided to show you my TVXQ JYJ binder. And so I have this divided into 3 sections, and it's mostly in preference order. So I think musically, HoMin stuff is some of my favorite. And then I would say Jaejung's solo stuff is either tied or my next favorite. So I have their sections kind of first, and then Tumblr as 5 is going to be in the back. But first off, I'll show you my HoMin stuff. So I have mostly their album photo cards up front, followed by some of their Japanese jacket cards. And then I have a lot of like SM merch, because I'm basically HoMin trash, as you will soon see. So first off, we have their first Korean album as a duo, Keep Your Head Down. And so I have this organized with these 2 spots as the regular version of Keep Your Head Down. Then these 2 are for the special version. And then this is the repackage that contains Before You Go. And so the only card I'm missing so far is Yunho's regular version. And then I also have the Japanese version for Keep Your Head Down. So this is, instead of the Japanese single that you might be familiar with, this is just the Japanese version of the Korean full-length album. And so there's 6 possible cards you could get. And they're a little trickier to find because this Japanese version of the album is out of press, but you can find them on proxy sites somewhat easily. And you'll notice the backs are kind of plain. They're just blank. And now we're going to move on to their other releases that I'm missing a lot from. And so I'm planning on putting Humanoids cards, so Yunho's and HoMin's here, and then these 6 spots are going to be where I'm going to put all of their Catch Me regular version cards. So right now I just have HoMin's Catch Me, and then this page is reserved for all the special edition of Catch Me cards to go that are regular sized. So I just have, again, HoMin's here. And then I have some of their larger group cards for the Catch Me Special Edition. And then I think there's one more kind of larger group card that I'll probably just stick in the back whenever I get that. And then this page is for tents. So they, instead of the ridiculous amount of cards they had in Catch Me, they just stuck with 3 different versions of their cards. So right now I just have HoMin, so this is where Yunho will go. And then when they finally come back in Korea, either towards the end of this year or early next year, hopefully I'll manage or find some way to organize their cards on this page. And then I stick all of the regular size group cards on the same page. And so right now I just have Humanoids and Tents. So this is where the Keep Your Head Down Special Edition or repackage will go. And then just any other kind of group cards that I do have. So I also have their Sorcery Album, which is the repackage of their Tents album. And those did come with like a pack of cards that look kind of like playing cards. So I think what I might do is stick in a page in here and just kind of select 8 of my favorites. So 4 of each guy. Just because they don't have a lot of Korean cards. So I'm kind of debating if I want to do that or just keep them in the album. But these cards, these didn't come in the Rise as God album, but you could buy this along with the postcard set from SM. And so I stuck 8 of the cards up here and then just reversed one of the cards so that the other 2 will be in the back. And so these images are actually the same as the postcards they come with. So I'll show you what those look like a little later. And then this page is just a lot of miscellaneous cards. So I'm kind of waiting, or I'm trying to look for HoMin's fortune cookie card, but I do have their other coax cards, and then these two are freebies. But this Yunho card is one of 3 from the Queen of Ambition OST. And then I have both of HoMin's School of Oz cards here. And then this section I kind of have mapped out for how I want to collect HoMin's jacket cards. So I want to kind of just order these chronologically from Jeonbon Shinki S5 to their HoMin stuff. So I'm missing quite a few of these, as you can see, and some of them, especially like their Sky releases and just really early releases, I don't think I'm gonna ever own, but just keep them as placeholders there because you never know with proxy sites what might pop up. But I do have his T card, and then his 2 hearts sticker, then his Survivor card, and the secret code, and Stand By You. And then their selection of 2010, and then the last single that Jeonbon Shinki released as 5. So this is where the HoMin stuff will start. So I am missing Keep Your Head Down, which was their first single. But I do have one of his Superstars. So I guess I didn't explain earlier, but when Jeonbon Shinki released these jacket cards as 5, there was just 1 per member. But when HoMin started putting things out in Japan, they had 2 per member and then also 2 group cards. So my goal is to get all of HoMin's cards. And then these both are from Tone. And both of these are his time cards. And this is one of his screen cards. I have both of Tree, as well as both from Sweat and Answer, and then both of his With cards. So I need to kind of have another placeholder page in here for their most recent Japanese single after their With album, which translates to Cherry Blossom Road. And hopefully they'll release another either album or single in Japan after HoMin gets out of the army. But I don't actively collect their group cards or group jacket cards or Yunho's jacket cards, but if I happen to have them for some reason, either I bought them in a bundle deal or they came in my album, I just keep them. So I have one of the group cards from Time, one of them from Sweat and Answer, sorry, and then one from With, and then one from the recent single Cherry Blossom Road. And then again, if I happen to have a Yunho card, I keep his too. So I have his sticker from Close to You, and then their last Jeonbon Shinki S5 single, and one from Tone and Winter, both of his from Tree, and then also his Ocean. And then this card I stuck here. It's from their venue. If you bought or you pre-ordered their, or it's either you pre-ordered or you bought their Sweat and Answer single, you would get one of, I think, 3 of these venue only jacket cards. And so they're a little different from the in-album jacket cards because they're kind of see-through, as you could see. So I have the group one here. I would like to get all of them, both HoMin's and Yunho's, because they do have a few venue-only cards from here, but because they're very limited, they're a bit more expensive than their other jacket cards. And then this section starts where all their merchandise that I have that are like postcards or photos. So I have their postcard set from their Catch Me World Tour. So I just have both of HoMin's here in a group card, as well as both of Yunho's in the other group card. And I just have to say Yunho looks really good in glasses here. And then I have some of their Tense postcard set. So I didn't stick them all in here because that would have been ridiculous. It comes with like over 30 cards. But I did select a few of my favorites. So I have some group cards up here, some HoMins, and then some from Yunho. And then they also had photo sets for this release. So I have both of HoMin's here, and then Yunho's. And then this postcard set is from their Artistry, their 10th anniversary tour. So I stuck them all here, and I kind of just grouped them with the same photo concept for both Yunho and HoMin. Then these postcards come in the member-specific stationery set. So I did buy HoMin's stationery set because it was deeply discounted, I think on K-Town4U during one of their end-of-the-year sales. And then along with postcards and some like L holders and whatnot, you get some stickers. So I stuck those there. And then this card comes in their Blu-ray edition of their Artistry concert. And then I just have some photos from that concert as well. And then these are the Rise as God postcard set. So again, these are the same images as the card versions, just a little bigger. So I have all of HoMin's grouped together, then all of Yunho's. And then these two cards come in their most recent photo book, Heliophilia. So the photo book when they were in Thailand, I believe. And then I got this postcard as a pre-order bonus for their Two of Us Japanese remix album that they released last year. And then these are just some random HoMin photos I got. And then the last thing I have for HoMin is this SM Town postcard set. So these are HoMin's and then Yunho's. So now we're on to JYJ. So for them, I mostly just collect Jaejung because he's one of my ultimate biases, in addition to HoMin. But I do plan on getting some Jinsu stuff because I do really enjoy his solo work for the most part. But this first page is for JJ. So this is from his Nox album. And then these three cards are from their Wake Me Tonight Japanese single. And then this little card is from the Memories of 100 Days photo book. And so I think there's at least 2 different versions of this you could get. There might be more random versions, but I'm not sure how many. And then these postcards is also from Memories of 100 Days photo book. And these were also random, so I'm not sure how many total there were, but I have 10 in total. As you'll see here. And then this mini poster also came in that photo book, Memories of 100 Days. And then, just like HoMin, I also collect JJ's jacket cards for Donbon Shinki. So I'm missing quite a lot of their early releases. But I do have these. I forget what that one's called. It's the one between Shine, or Ride On, and Together. I think it's For You, or I forget what this one's called. And then I have his keyword sticker. And so if you haven't listened to Maze or seen a live performance of Maze, I highly recommend you do so. It's definitely one of my favorite songs and performances from him. And then I have his Bolero and Survivor, Secret Code, Stand By You, Breakout, Selection 2010, and then the last Donbon Shinki release as 5. And then he also had like a subunit with Yuchun colors, so I have his card as well as the group card with Yuchun. And then as JYJ, they also released some jacket cards for their Japanese single The. So right now I just have the group card, and I want to get Jaejung's single version. And then this page is for Jinsu. So right now I just have his one of his Wake Me Tonight cards, which I might sell. But I really want to get some of his more recent albums that do come with photo cards. So like Flower or Signature or Yesterday. But hopefully I'll be getting those soon. So this page at least will be filled up a little bit. And then now on to the last section. So this is Dalmon Shinki S5, not including their Japanese jacket cards. So in this section, I just collect my top 3 members. So JJ, Yunho, and Changmin. And this page is going to be just for their like regular size cards that did come in some versions of their albums. So this row is going to be where their summer single will be. And then this row is going to be Step by Step, which came in these little cards. And then this last row is going to be for Choosy Lover. So these 2 releases are a little bit more difficult to find cards for, but they do pop up occasionally on Japanese proxy sites. And then this summer, these are a lot more easy to obtain. So I'll be getting that sometime in the near future. And then the last thing I collect for Dalmon Shinki are some of their star cards. So these are pretty old, so I'm a little late to the game in terms of collecting these, but you can find these again on Japanese proxy sites fairly easily. And I'm not planning on collecting every single version for my top 3. So sometimes cards have like a normal version or 2 like rare versions, so either like a hologram or a foil card. So my plan is just to collect 1 version of each like unique card, with priority towards holo cards if there's a holo or foil option. But this is what I have so far. So again, this is ordered in age order, so you have JJ's, Yunho's, and Changmin's. So I mostly just have normal cards in here. There are a couple of rares, like these. This is a rare set that, like, if you, well, you have to take it out of the plastic, but if you press down on it, you kind of see a secret message. And so here's an example of like a rare card versus a normal card. So I have Yunho's holo, so you see how shiny it is, but Changmin I just have his regular card, so it's not shiny. And they also have a foil version of this particular card, so his name would be kind of shiny. And then I do have JJ's holo for this card. I think these are all normals, so maybe that, oh, this one I think is, yeah, so it's a little shiny, so it's a foil. And then this is a foil card as well. But the rest of these, I believe, are normals. And then the last page. So I have quite a bit of work to do on that collection, but that's pretty low, I think, in terms of my priority list, especially concerning my Dalmon Shinki kind of collection. And then the last thing I have in here are some L holders that are a little too large to fit in sleeves. So I got these from Changmin's stationery set for Tistery. And inside this one I store the smaller L holders you get in that, as well as the envelopes. So you get 1 for each member. And then the last thing I couldn't help myself but buy was one of Changmin's Rise as God photos. Alright, so that was it for my TVXQ, JYJ, and Dalmon Shinki binder. And so we'll continue on with part 6 next time. Thanks for watching.